Get ready for a pawsome adventure with two very different best friends in The Dog, the Cock, and the Clever Fox. A brave dog and a noisy rooster face a cunning trickster. Can their cleverness save the day?
Once upon a time, in a bustling farmyard lived a brave brown and white dog and a proud, flamboyant cock. They were the very best of friends, always sharing secrets and dreaming big dreams together. One sunny morning, they decided their little farmyard was no longer big enough for their grand adventures. They wished very much to see more of the wide, wonderful world beyond their familiar fences. With excitement bubbling in their hearts, they made a pact to set out on a grand journey. Isepsa. With happy barks and cheerful clucks, they bade farewell to their farmyard home. Their paws and claws carried them along a dusty, winding road that led deeper into the mysterious woods. The brave brown and white dog trotted with his tail wagging, while the proud cock strutted beside him, his head held high. They were in the very best of spirits, filled with curiosity and glee, eager for whatever the day might bring. The sun shone brightly, warming their backs as they ventured forth into the unknown. They walked on, side by side, true companions on an exciting quest. As the day began to fade, casting long, purple shadows across the path, a gentle chill filled the air. The bright blue sky slowly transformed into hues of orange and pink, signaling the end of their first day of adventure. The brave brown and white dog yawned a big, sleepy yawn, and the proud cock started to eye the tall trees around them. They knew it was time to find a safe and cozy spot to rest their weary bodies for the night, far from any unseen creatures of the woods. The proud, flamboyant cock, ever mindful of finding a good roost, began to search among the ancient oak trees. Suddenly his keen eyes spotted a wonderful sight, a large, hollow tree trunk standing proudly nearby. "Look there, my dear friend," he clucked excitedly to the brave brown and white dog. He thought it would make a very fine place for a night's lodging, perfectly safe and snug from any evening breezes. The hollow space seemed just right for the dog to curl up inside. No sooner said than done. The brave brown and white dog cheerfully crept inside the spacious, hollow base of the tree trunk, finding it wonderfully soft and warm. Meanwhile, the proud, flamboyant cock flapped his magnificent wings and flew gracefully up to a sturdy branch high above. He settled comfortably amongst the rustling leaves, feeling secure and peaceful. Both friends snuggled down, thankful for their cozy new beds, and soon drifted off into a deep, comfortable sleep, dreaming of more adventures. With the very first shimmering glimmer of dawn, painting the sky with soft pinks and oranges, the proud, flamboyant cock awoke from his peaceful slumber. For a moment, he forgot completely where he was, still half dreaming of his familiar farmyard. He thought he was back home, where it was his important duty to wake everyone up with his enthusiastic morning call. So, without a second thought, he stood on his tiptoes, stretched his glorious wings wide, and let out a mighty, joyful crow. This powerful morning call, intended for the farmer, instead traveled through the quiet woods, echoing loudly among the trees. Not far off, curled up amongst some bushes, a sleek, reddish-brown fox was dreaming of tasty field mice. The proud cock's loud cock-a-doodle-doo jolted the sleeping fox awake with a start. His golden eyes snapped open, blinking in confusion, then narrowing with sudden interest. He lifted his pointed ears, listening intently to the unusual sound. The sleek, reddish-brown fox, who had been feeling quite hungry, immediately had very rosy visions of a truly delicious breakfast. A plump, juicy rooster fresh from the tree. What a treat that would be! His stomach rumbled with anticipation, and a sneaky grin spread across his triangular face. He licked his lips slowly, his mind already spinning with cunning plans to get his paws on the noisy bird. This would be much better than chasing tiny field mice, he thought with a chuckle. Hurrying was silent. Quick steps to the base of the mighty tree where the proud, flamboyant cock was still roosting, the sleek, reddish-brown fox put on his very best polite face. He peered up at the cock with an exaggerated look of innocent admiration. "A hearty welcome to our beautiful woods, honored sir," he called out in a smooth, friendly voice, trying to sound as charming as possible. "I cannot tell you how truly glad I am to see such a magnificent bird here." The proud, flamboyant cock, though a little surprised by the unexpected visitor, was no fool. He had met many cunning foxes in his farmyard days, and immediately sensed danger. His bright eyes twinkled slyly as he replied, "I feel highly flattered by your kind words, sir. Truly, they warm my feathers." He puffed out his chest a little, pretending to enjoy the praise, but secretly his quick mind was already hatching a clever plan. He knew he needed to be very careful with this overly friendly creature. With a barely noticeable ruffle of his magnificent feathers, the proud, flamboyant cock leaned forward conspiratorially. "If you will please go around to the door of my house at the foot of this very tree," he said smoothly, gesturing with his wing, "my loyal porter will let you in. He often sleeps late, but he guards my entrance faithfully." He felt a tiny thrill of hope that his plan might just work, for he knew exactly who was waiting inside. The hungry but unsuspecting sleek, reddish-brown fox, his stomach growling with impatience, never for a moment doubted the proud, flamboyant cock's words. He had visions of a delightful breakfast, and excitedly licked his chops. Eagerly, he trotted around the mighty tree trunk as he was told, completely unaware of the surprise that awaited him. His mind was so focused on the promised feast that he paid no attention to any lingering worries or strange feelings. As the sleek, reddish-brown fox turned the corner and poked his head into the hollow opening at the tree's base, a furry brown and white blur suddenly exploded from the shadows. In less than a twinkling, the brave brown and white dog, who had been patiently waiting and planning, lunged forward with a determined growl. He seized the surprised fox firmly by the scruff of his neck, holding him fast. The fox yelped in shock and tried to wriggle free, but it was too late. The smart friends had outwitted him, ensuring a safe escape for the proud cock. And so, the brave brown and white dog and the proud, flamboyant cock learned a valuable lesson that day about friendship and facing challenges. They continued their adventures, but always with a renewed respect for each other's cleverness and courage. The story teaches us that even the cleverest of tricksters can be outsmarted by teamwork and quick thinking. Always be careful who you trust, and remember that true friends watch out for each other, even in the trickiest of situations.
Ever dreamed of being the hero? Now you get to be the star. Your adventure starts at TalesMio. Visit talesmio.com now.